Hello folks, it's Johnny with Tennessee Mountain Bees. Today's a special day. It's Father's Day and I got my dad here with me. Dad's been around bees before a few times with swarms and stuff, but he's never been a beekeeper. But he's interested, so I need to do a dive into some of these hives today, and Dad's here to help me. And I want you guys to get to know him. And Dad, if you don't care, tell them how old you are.
I'll be 81 here in a few days, the 24th of June, and I've lived a pretty good life, pretty healthy until the last couple of years COVID hit and had to have open heart surgery, and that's kind of helped me down a little bit. But I'm coming back and looking forward to get back out on the trail again someday.
That's awesome, Dad. And Dad's a Navy veteran. He tried to talk sense into me when I was a wayward youth, and I was too hard-headed to listen to him, but I'm real proud that he was in the Navy. Tell him about it, Dad.
Yeah, I was in the Navy. When I got out, I joined in senior in high school, a delayed program, and just as soon as I graduated, I had to go to boot camp, and and in other words, I'm glad I did, because I'd been right in the middle of that Vietnam War. If I hadn't, then I lost a lot of friends that I've known got killed over there, and there's people still suffering from it. So I wanted to get mine over with before I settled down having a family and everything. So.
And you were a real interesting time when you were in, as far as some of your missions you've told me about, practicing for the Apollo mission, or the space, some of the space.
Oh yeah, I was on the recovery team for those space capsules in the early days, and we had to. If they went in the water, we had to rescue them. I had to fire the boats up and rescue the astronauts, and it was, you had to train for it every day. So now they just land in the same spot. We never knew where they were going to land for sure, and sometimes they had the emergency exit that we would have to be down line just in case they aborted the mission. They would come down into the ocean, and we'd have to get to them real quick. They told us to be careful, because if he gets excited in there, the astronaut, he'll blow that door off, and you might go in the water with him. So it's kind of a scary job, but we never did have to rescue any. But the ship I was on, last ship I was on, they got close to one, but there was a commander, admiral on a bigger ship, and he told them to stand back, because he wanted to get his crew to rescue, so we get the publicity out of it.
Hey, you were on the USS DuPont.
I was on the DuPont, yeah, as a destroyer.
I also remember you telling me a story about swimming in the ocean, and the sailor had to be on watch for the sharks, right?
Oh yeah, we had shark watch, to warn them, and we had these special guns, that would shoot dye and stuff at them, at the shark, and it would run them off. So. And plus too, we had those, the pellet we wore was, it would scare the sharks off. I mean, in other words, if you went in the water, it would leave a green cloud, and it had something there they didn't like. They would stay away from you. But yeah, and I went through several bad storms over in the Mediterranean on that thing. It was water line from the water to the tip of the bow was 48 feet, and I've seen that thing underwater in the waves and hurricanes and stuff. And of course I was young and didn't know any better, but I've seen grown men down on their knees praying in those storms, rocking side to side. You had to strap yourself in your bunks at night, had safety belts to keep you in your bunk when it was doing that. But
wow.
But I wasn't enjoying it then, but I think back, and it's pretty good, helped me through life. So
yeah, and that's one thing I've often thought about. If I'd had enough sense to listen to Dad, I would be a better man for it. But
I don't think you're a good man now. I think you are. I think you're a better man than I am.
But I love you, Dad. And
love you too.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you very much.
And hey, we're gonna get in these bees, guys. Go ahead and start, Dad, if you want to.
Okay.
Okay, you going?
Yeah.
All right, folks. Dad and I are here. We're gonna take a look inside. This is colony number 4. This was one of the nucleus colonies I got from Knoxville that had swarm cells in it. When I got it, I did a couple of splits early on. I still got a couple swarms off of those, which I ended up catching those swarms, and so ended up, it was what was going to be a pig in a poke. Turned out that the silver lining was I got multiple colonies out of it. In addition to that, it's been a resource colony for me all season long. I've robbed bees from it several times. for some of the smaller splits and frames of brood and so forth. So I want to take a look inside and see how they're doing. See a lot of activity down here. Gate. You always, Dad, I'm always looking. You always want to look and make sure the queen's not on the lid. She rarely ever will be, but you want to make sure she's not on the lid before you set it down. This box looks pretty packed again. Top, there wasn't a whole lot of activity at the entrance though. Yeah, they're a little bit testy. I'm not surprised it's windy. I don't see any small hive beetles. Pretty strong colony. I did have peppermint in this colony. This little frame rest edge you can hang on the side of the box, and it makes it handy when you pull your frames out to check them, because you have to leave at least one out. Have room to work. Okay, they hadn't. Looks like they're barely beginning to work on this frame. Yeah, they sound like they might get mad. Going over here a little farther. Okay, girls, just coming in to take a quick peek. I believe this is a frame of honey right here. Probably no brood. They're giving me little warning bumps on my arm, but otherwise no stings. Okay, you can see here, Dad, you can come in a little closer if you want to, and you might be able to see some brood in there. Of course, we got cat brood, but there's also some larvae in different stages in the frame. They're drawing this frame out real good. That's real pretty. And there's a nice frame of brood with a nice band of honey at the top. Yeah, so this resource hive has really bounced back. And it looks like they're about to hatch out a bunch more. Oh yeah, another good frame of brood. Real good laying pattern. And here as well. And generally, Dad, you won't see the queen on a frame like this. She's more than likely going to be on a frame where she could lay some eggs. However, you know, you always want to glance for her, and instead of looking for her, just look for something different. And she and the drones will jump out at you. Okay. Okay, girls, I know. Just coming in and take a quick peek. Another good frame of brood. These bees are a little bit runny, but not super aggressive. They were a lot more aggressive than the barnyard bees genetics, which look like they may have a little more Italian than these. But these are doing well. All right, just one more frame. They don't have a whole lot of extra honey stored up. Oh, okay, here's some nectar. Here's quite a bit of nectar. It may not show up on the camera, but I can see it glistening in the sun. Oh, there's the queen mama. You see her, Dad? Not hardly in the middle, but headed toward the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Jesus. That's a good-looking, pretty queen. And she's obviously doing a good job laying from the looks of those other brood frames. All right, I want to ease this frame back in and be real careful with her. With her being bigger, there's a chance you could roll her, putting the frame in. So, all right, girls, coming back in on you. Better get out of the way. All right, that's all we need to see. Definitely queen, right? You know, I'd probably squish some of these if I were to try to put the inner cover on. So I'm gonna drop them off. Okay. All right, good colony. And then when I set the brick that way, that means the hive's queen right. And I've got to come up with some other methods for different things. But colony number 4, looking good. And we may get in another one or two. But for now, thanks for watching. This is Johnny with Tennessee Mountain Bees, and again, I've got my dad with me. He's the cameraman today, and I just wanted to take the opportunity to let him get into bees with me and tell him I love him and happy Father's Day.
Thank you, Don.
And so we'll catch y'all next time.